Testing, 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 testing. Oh, I got the stream. I had the stream on 2 times. Speed, hold up. 1 minute. Testing, 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 testing. All right, we good. We good. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another stock/future market analysis. Um, yeah, today is Thursday. Tuesday. Look at me. I'm tired, man. Already we messing up. Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. Um, we finna be analyzing the market for Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. Okay. Um, yeah, we had pretty um eventful day today. Market definitely was moving pretty decent. Uh, Give me 1 second. I'm gonna fix this title on the stream. I'm gonna change it to market analysis because I got it as just analysis. Market analysis. Okay. All right. But yeah, we definitely seen some movement today in the markets. Today we reached all-time highs again on SPY. Okay, on SPY we hit all-time highs again. So definitely had some nice movement today. We got some, and what since we know that we made a new high, we know what we solidified some level somewhere. So it's time for us to update the charts. Okay, it's time for us to update the charts. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna share the stream, and then we should be rocking and rolling. I shouldn't have any more interruptions after this. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Copy. Share the stream to a couple people. All right. Now let's get to it. We shouldn't have no more interruptions. Yeah. Today, economic calendar wise, we didn't really have nothing crazy. We had PMI came out at 845, which did initiate the movement to the upside. If we look at it, let's see, the 845 area initiated right here. You see that the push that we had? It's initially initiated the uptrend to start forming. So the PMI news definitely did its job. It definitely made the market move, brought some volatility, and yeah. Now tomorrow we got a jam-packed day. I told y'all this is the biggest day of this week. When it comes to the economic calendar, when it comes to all the news that we got coming out, um, tomorrow, January 7th, is the biggest day. Let me see if I can get this pulled up for y'all real quick. The economic calendar. See if I can get it pulled up. If it take too long to load, we just say forget it though. Let's see, is this it? That's earnings. Gotta go back one, I guess. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Drag it on over. Tomorrow, economic calendar. We got 715. Non-farm employment. Huge. One of the biggest things to move the market other than Powell. Non-farm is one of the biggest things to move. 9 a.m. PMI. We seen what PMI did today. It helped initiate, the movement to the upside, or it might initiate a movement to the downside. We got another PMI coming out at we got 9 manufacturing prices, not PMI, but we got that at 9. Then we got JOLTS, job openings. Definitely move the market a lot. JOLTS definitely can move the market. It's dang near the same equal as the non-farm. Okay, so definitely got JOLTS at 9. Definitely gonna be moving the market some type of way. Then, like I said, we got crude oil at 9:30, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not looking at this crude oil like the old crude oils. Usually I tell y'all we don't really care about what crude oil doing because sometimes it affects us, sometimes it don't. Well, this time, hey, we gotta kind of look at what it's doing because, um, like I said, with the Venezuela situation, oil definitely having some impact on a lot of stuff. So be careful, be careful. Biggest thing, just trade smart. Make sure you're getting entries that you feel that's A plus or at least B plus at the worst. Don't get in nothing that you not. My bad. Hold up, I'm messing with the mic. Don't get in nothing that you don't feel confident in. Not comfortable with the position size, and if you feel like you're getting in, and say your stop loss supposed to be at a certain level, but you're not comfortable with setting it there, you shouldn't be in that trade. Okay, you gotta have that discipline. Stay with the correct account size, trade size, whatever. If you know you only usually risk $100 per trade, you shouldn't be getting in a trade where it's risking $500. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you size correctly. If anything, undersize when we got a lot of news because you got more movement coming. The smallest thing could probably get you a lot. So definitely be, on our P's and Q's with this. We don't be scared of the news. We look at it as opportunity. It's bringing volatility, which we want. We want that in the market. The more the market range and go up and down, the more money we can make versus it's just moving sideways. So we're not scared of it, but we're gonna trade smart, okay? We're gonna trade smart. All right, going to the charts. Like we said, looking at the daily, let's see. We're gonna have to clean up some of this stuff because we did make a new high. So give me 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Clean up a couple of these things. All right. Delete that. Don't really need this hourly now since we pushed past. We took that high. Do I need this? We'll just turn it white because that is the previous high. I want to see if base build above. But you know what? I'm gonna add it when I'm actually trading tomorrow. I ain't gonna do it right now. All right. I think let's delete this too. I think we good now. All right. Looking at this chart now on SPY, we finally made a new higher high, right? Well, once we made that new higher high, it completely confirmed this low right here. This right here, we did I guess you could say we pre-executed and made this solidified. Technically, no, we did make that high. Never mind, we made a high over there. We did make that high. So now this the new solidified level. My bad, y'all. I ain't even see this little bit right here at first. So now, after we just made that new high, so we solidified this high when we made this high, right? Then we came, made a low, boom, made another high. We solidified this low right here at 679.82. Okay, so now we got a new solidified level. Okay, we got a new solidified level. And we also got a new target because we beat the previous high. Well, now what's the new target? This high right here. This is new target, this high of this green counter. Okay. Currently it is green, so I'm pretty sure. I ain't gonna say I'm pretty sure because we could get it down, but it's a high chance that we just go ahead and take this high tomorrow. It's a high chance that we take the high tomorrow, but that's the next target. That's the next target. Just because we got to keep making higher highs, right? Now, looking at this chart, of course, we did what? We had a high, then we pulled back, made a downtrend, right? Then we broke back up to the upside, making another high. Now, we do just have what? A higher high, right? Of course, over here, like to the downside, big picture, we got a new solidified level. But just looking at this section here, we just only looking at this section here. We got what? Low, high, lower, low, then just higher, high. At some point, we gotta have what? A new higher low. At some point, we gotta make a new higher low. So we gonna be aware of that. We ain't gonna trade it like that right now because, like we said, it's a green candle. It's not telling us to come down right now. We're gonna wait until we see a red candle, then we know, hey, it's starting to come down. But we do know in the back of our heads, hey, at some point we got to make a higher low. Okay, so now mark out previous day high. Reason being is because for us to take a trade, so right now we're completely bullish, right? Up, looking at the overall structure, we're bullish, right? We just made a new higher low right here at 679.82. Got a higher high at 692. Point, yeah, 0.32. So what we looking for is potential interest to do what? Go long. We want to look for potential interest to go long. Now this is the one thing I want to tell y'all. Since we just made a high, what do I always say? We don't really want to take trades where, if we in the uptrend, we want to take our trades where? In the pullback spots. We really don't want to take the trades this high up, right? When we just make a new high, really don't want to take it that high because what? It got to pull back at some point, right? Got to pull back at some point. So it is, I'll say this, we are in a high risk area to take our longs, but it's certain ways you got to know how to trade it, okay? The way you trade it, which is pretty much like a continuation. If y'all go to the channel, we got a video posted that teach you how to trade continuations. It's really dang near the same way we treat the fair value gaps, the same way when we break a previous high. It's the exact same thing. All we doing is, this is why I got this previous high marked out. All we doing is, if we looking for longs and want to just trade a continuation, because we at all-time highs, we don't got no targets over here, no targets to the left. So that's why I said we at a high risk area. But if we want to trade this continuation, what do we need to see? We need to see this previous high, right? This previous high, we gotta close past it one, have to close past it first, and then we want to see what? Market start building a base above, start making an uptrend. I don't know why I don't got the magnet on no more. Why it's doing all that? But we want to see it build a base above. We want to see uptrend continuing to form above this previous day high or this previous high we had. So we want to see high, low, higher, high. We ready to take them longs, set our stop at the B or number 2 if that was the 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna ride it up. We're just gonna ride it up, ride it to the previous high right here. Then we're gonna just look for the exact same thing. Once we come take this previous high, we want to see it build an uptrend above this high. Okay. If it can stay and build that uptrend above the high, I don't know why it's looking that weird. If it can stay and make an uptrend above that high, hey, we keep riding it. Keep riding it. Until what? On that lower time frame, when we finally see this, hold up. When we finally see this, low, high, and then we break a previous low, then we out. We get out. Structure broke. We not in the uptrend, we out. We making a lower low. So that's all you do. That's all we do when we sit at these all-time highs. That's how you trade a continuation. So for us, that's what we will be looking for. If market open up somewhere near this previous day high, all we looking for, like we said, is that push above, start building that uptrend. Take us to the top of this candle. Once we get to the top of that candle, we want to see the same thing, push up. We just keep riding it all the way up, okay? So that's for the bulls. Now, in the event that all that news that come out tomorrow brings us down, say we gap down to like here or something, I would like to see a potential retest of this daily gap. Like I can see us come down, retest it, and then we start forming that uptrend then, and we can take it right back up to the highs. Okay. That would be another entry for the longs. We come retest this daily gap. If we can break back up to the upside and make a higher high, we like to take them longs in, take it back up to previous day high, eventually to previous higher high, and then up to previous day high. Okay. For the shorts, for the bears, honestly, bears, biggest thing y'all want to see, if you want to trade to the downside, y'all want to see us come back below the previous high, right? And then you just want to see a downtrend start forming to take you back down, potentially to a lower time frame gap somewhere in the middle of this big candle, because I'm pretty sure we got gaps in here. And then eventually down to this daily gap, okay? Eventually down to that daily gap. That's literally the only opportunity shorts got. Maybe we. Me personally, I wouldn't want the shorts, even if it wick this high, unless we can just form a downtrend that up there. Then you can take it back down to these highs. But I'll be more looking for shorts underneath 691.66. Like we said, possibly down to 690 first, and then down to 689.16 area. Okay, but right now the Bulls are in control, so it's kind of like, do you really want to trade against the green candle? So it's a tricky spot. There's always a tricky spot when you at all time highs. You got to be extremely careful, because at any moment the market can say, "Hey, we done going. We done going up. We ready to come back down," and it can just straight drop. So you gotta always be careful when it comes to that. Okay. But that is what we are looking for a spot. So maybe I guess I can do a drawing for y'all so we can have it in the morning to look at. Uh, and another thing, sitting at these all time highs, we are going to be on them lower time frames a lot more because we gotta watch every movement to see when it's trying to reverse on us. We don't want to get caught in that reversal. I don't know why these drawings. Why is it moving like that in the magnet not on? Like it should be more free movement. It must look weird. It's like chopping, but it's alright. Let me see if we can see the aftermarket. Let me just see what the aftermarket sitting inside. Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking it probably was doing, sitting inside. All right, let me remove this. We don't need none of that. All right, let's go to. I got Walmart up here. Oh, that's because I got to talk to y'all about that Walmart trade. Walmart trade, beautiful. We literally call. I'm telling you, man, we calling these dang trades. I'm trying to tell y'all. You want to make some money? Well, you know what? This is not financial advice. Let me go back. Let me backtrack. I ain't trying to get nobody in there. Not financial advice, but if you would like, you know what I'm saying, you can follow your boy Keith and see what he doing, and you can make the choice your own self to get in them trades. Okay. Looking at QQQ, we said QQQ had a lot of room. I mean, a lot of space. It got a long way to go for that upside. I mean, for that new higher high. And literally, that's what it is. You got a lot of space, man. This is a lot of space. It's more. We actually know these levels. I think that's why if I'm trading options, I would lean more towards QQQ than SPY, just because you got levels to actually know where it might reverse. Where you at SPY, we at all time highs. You don't know where that mug gonna reverse. So, option wise, I'm leaning more towards QQQ. Because it got actual levels, targets and stuff. Looking at QQQ though, we did close green. We finally closed green because it didn't never close green the other day. Finally closed green, and we made a higher high, so we just broke the bears. It's kind of what we did with SPY the previous day. SPY that previous day, did we take the high? I think we took the high. I can't really see. Let me zoom in. I think we took the high and messed up the bears plan. Yeah, we did. So it's really QQQ look like it's one day behind if you compare it to SPY. It literally this is what SPY did Monday. QQQ pretty much did this on Tuesday. Um, it finally had broke that high, and then y'all see we start pushing. So QQQ kind of look like just a replay of it. I dang near kind of expect the same trade. I kind of expect the same thing happen like a SPY did. Just another push to the upside tomorrow. I mean, it's a chance that we come down, but it's dang near looking identical to what SPY did on Monday, except it's just doing this on Tuesday. It broke that downtrend we had right there. Now at this point, what's our job? We trying to see, will this high end up, breaking this high and making a new higher high? Breaking that high, and we want to see if it's gonna start forming an uptrend too. That's another thing. So we got our high. We don't know when it's gonna pull back to turn red, but we got a high when it pulled back. When we get our red counter, we want to see, okay, next green counter, can we break A, right? Break A, we know in a full uptrend, we should completely just push straight up, possibly to these all-time highs. Okay. But looking at this, we did break previous structure, lower high, right? Let me get the magnet. We broke this high, right? And we closed above. What we looking for is Honestly, we could just only looking for it above 622.78, but I personally would like to see it above the gap because I don't even want to be trapped in between a gap and a high. So what I'm looking for is us to pretty much build an uptrend above the, what's this level? Above 623.23. I just want to see an uptrend form above here on top of this fair value gap. We build that uptrend above here. I'm aiming for this high right here on that daily. Now, of course, if I see the uptrend on the lower time frame, then I gotta aim for the lower time frame targets. But as of right now, looking at this daily, that will be what I'm looking for. Of course, I'll look for this on that lower time frame though. So let's just drop down to the hourly so we can just see what the targets may be. So we almost finna form that uptrend right now. We just gotta make a higher high. But y'all know in the morning it might be down here, or it might be inside the gap in the morning. So, but once it finally does make an uptrend above 623.23, your first targets is of course whatever the highest point over here, and then over here we got a high right there to target, and then we got another high to target right here. So 624.67 and 624.99. We break both of those, we should be going up to 625.52. Okay. Honestly, that's the only thing I'm looking for with QQQ. Shorts though, if we're looking for shorts, you're looking for QQQ to be underneath, at least underneath 623, my bad, 0.23. You want to at least see it under there. Start forming a downtrend. I personally would like to see it below 622.78 first, and then try to form a downtrend, possibly to clear this potential gap it might be trying to leave behind. Maybe it can clear that. That'll be my target, 620.75. And then if we keep pushing, close red underneath that, where it would have been a gap, I definitely be trying to look down to that 617 area. Okay, so those are my QQQ and SPY thoughts. So now let's go to MNQ. Like I said, I'm gonna do the micros since I know a lot of y'all trade the micros, and I trade the micros too. We're gonna go to MNQ. Give our analysis, should be the same as QQQ almost. Dang, should I just delete all this? Cause we got all these dang lines to delete one by one. I just don't feel like redoing my fair value gaps and stuff though. I told you I kind of tired today. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired today. Looking at MNQ. No, MNQ a little bit different than QQQ. QQQ we actually broke that high and made a higher high right there. MNQ on the other hand, we still didn't do it yet. We got to go all the way up here to 25,935 before we actually break that high. So technically, the bear is still in control technically until we go break that high. Because this can very well be what, a lower high. It can be a lower high. I'm gonna say it's neutral. I ain't gonna say the bear's in control. I'm gonna say it's neutral right now. It can go make a higher high for the bulls to get in control, or it can be bearish if we make a red candle and start leading to a lower low. So it's neutral right now. The two big key points or two key levels that we focusing on, it's like we said, 25,935 and 25,265. That's the two big key levels, because it breaks that, we're making a higher high. It breaks this, we're making a lower low. Those are two key points right there. But looking at this, we closed green. Okay, so green telling us we're looking for some type of high. Like we said, we don't know if it's a lower high, higher high, what's gonna be. But if you're looking to be bullish, what you want to look for is, it's the same thing. Y'all gonna be like, man, Mark, Keith, you be looking for the same thing no matter what the chart is. Yep, that's how I trade, man. We look for the exact same thing. We trying to keep it simple. We ain't trying to make it harder than it need to be. We gonna make them as easy as possible. But yeah, all we looking for. Look, y'all might at this point. Y'all probably can tell me what we looking for. We looking for a uptrend to form inside this gap. Okay, we gonna take it now. We do got this. We do got a daily gap right here. This the thing. We do got a daily gap sitting here. So this is a little hiccup. Okay, we got a daily gap right there. Right now, if we can go on the lower time frame, we see the uptrend form somewhere down here, like real tight down there. We can take it up to the top of the gap. Right. But say the event the uptrend don't form till we get somewhere up here, right? You want to see the uptrend form above the gap at this point because the target, your first target, if we get the uptrend right here, your target right there, it ain't that much room of a trade. You want to see that uptrend form above the gap at that point. So now what's my next target if it's above the gap? All the way over here. You know, I don't got no other gaps or nothing in the way. So my next target all the way up there. I got way more room for my trade if we do that uptrend above the gap. Um, so we actually gonna mark this one out. I usually don't mark gaps that over that like that, but since it's so close to that entry spot, we gonna have to mark that one out. All right. Or we could just put a line. I might do that. I might just put a line, cause underneath it, I don't want it to be honest. Well, in case I would want to be bearish, we gonna keep it. We gonna keep it. We gonna keep it. But like we said, that's what we looking for. For the Bulls, we looking for that. Um, and then for the Bears, it's literally the same thing. For the Bears, just look for a downtrend underneath the gap. Now I say this: the Bears do got more room for the downside. Like if we can get underneath this gap right here that we overlapping, the Bears can take that entry also, a break, retest, and take it to the bottom of this first gap. So that's way more room to the downside for the Bears. And then if of course if it breaks that, then you're looking for this down to that gap. So the Bears got potential to go further down than us right now without having hiccups. But once we break that gap and go to the other side, we ain't got nothing in the way. But that's literally what we're looking for, though. This is all we're looking for, if y'all asking. Keep it in simple. All we looking for a break and retest to one direction or the other. That's it. Whichever way it give us, that's the way we go trade, okay? Now, going to the hourly, though, of course, we got different levels. So if you getting in based off the hourly, you gotta, okay, I gotta respect this high. I gotta respect this high. I gotta respect this high. I gotta respect this high until we get to that daily high. Same thing for the downside. If you get in them shorts and you looking to go to the downside, you gotta respect this gap here. You know, got a gap there. You gotta respect. You got a gap here inside here. You got a gap here to respect. Got a gap here to respect. So you gotta respect whatever time frame you get on. You getting in on or basing your trade on. Gotta respect them certain levels. Cause yes, if looking at the daily, this the only target we got next. But if I'm not getting in on the daily, you know what I'm saying, we can be pulling back a couple times and stuff like that. So yeah, that's literally all we looking for though. That uptrend above. Dang, I should didn't draw it on the daily. It made it look huge. Uptrend above. So let's go on here. You know what? Let's mark out the potential target so we can already have all that stuff ready for tomorrow. So we look up. And initially I'm looking for longs just because we close green, okay? But we gonna mark out these uh targets. Excuse me, y'all. Until we get to that high. Okay, so those are all the targets right there. And we do got a gap though. We do got a gap. So we do gotta watch out for that, you know. Gotta watch out for the gap on the hourly. We got another one sitting above it, but it's so close. Shoot, I know I'll just take my money off the top of this gap. So So even if we get the uptrend above here, we gotta respect this hourly gap right here. It might come back down. Then we try to push past. Now we break above this hourly gap and make an uptrend. Really ain't got nothing in the way all the way up to 25,867. So this is the cleaner trade up here. See, we got some stuff in the way right here. We still can get a nice trade though. You don't really need a lot of space if you can get in on futures because we can get in and out multiple times. So, but yeah, that's what we looking for, man. I ain't finna Try to talk too much your head off. All right, going to MIM, and I'm not gonna go over MES because I just never go on MES, y'all. I mean, it's the same, pretty much the same setup as it of MQ. It's just a lot slower pace. That's why I don't trade it. So, um, MIM though, MIM been going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. We said MIM was gonna go to the all time highs. It did, and it just been going crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. And we got to mark. Did we mark our solid? We didn't even mark our solidify level for NYM. How the heck we traded it the other day? We didn't even mark it up. We just jumped in. This is solidify level here at 48,089. Go mark that out. I'm on the daily if you want to know. We do got daily gaps. We got gaps in gap, but I'm just dang man, that big this. Oh no, that wasn't a gap, was it? I think this one ain't a gap because it got no, it did. Did it go in there? Let me see. This body close or open was 48,651. This high was 48,652 by one. Dang, I ain't marking that big old gap. I'm sorry, y'all. We ain't marking that big gap because I ain't finna mark that. I just see it when it come down. Pretty much what we looking for though. Pretty much kind of like how SPY at the all-time high. We wanted to see an uptrend staying above this previous high we had over here at 49,291. Clear as day, we're pushing up right now. So clear as day, we really we just made a higher low. Oh, this I ain't gonna lie, this might be hold up, might be slick a decent entry. Cause looking at this hourly, we made our higher low, so we got our uptrend. If it want to respect this low right here, we might see this much push to like 49,050. I mean 49,900 area. My bad. We might go up there, or at least to 49,850s area. Dang, I ain't gonna lie, I'm tempted to buy one NYM right now. Just set my stop there, even if it lose. Let me see. Let's see how much we'd be risking before we try to do that. Let's just see, cause this is tempting. I ain't gonna lie, it's tempting. But the thing is, we at all time highs. We don't know where it might drop it. So let me click buy stop loss. How much will it risk? Only $28. We might go ahead and get it. Let me see. Then go up. Just say we try to get 28.60. That's about $40. You know what? We might just go ahead and grab one. I mean, it ain't really risking that much. I ain't really too worried. We might make 40, may not make. Shoot. So y'all give me 1 second. We finna go ahead and get one light MYM, hold it overnight. $30 risk. That ain't or $28, basically $30 risk. 1 to 1. 30 risk 30 to make 40. Shoot. I ain't doing this on my live account. I'm doing this on Apex. My Ninja Trader account, no, we ain't doing that risk. Y'all give me a second, let me log in. We ain't playing no risk. We ain't losing no $30 on my own funded account. Well, on the prop firm, yeah, we'll take that risk on the prop firm. I ain't worried about that. Prop firm, we'll play around with them profits a little bit. Dang, come on now, y'all taking too long for me to get in the trade. It's gonna already start pushing on me. I already probably missed my little entry. Let me see. We can get a 1. We in 1, like we said. Risk 30 to make 40. Hold up. Let me fix this chart so I can put these stop losses. Cause it might just come down at night. That's why I usually don't trade overnight anyway. Cause sometimes it be unpredictable half the time once you go to sleep. You don't know what that mug can do. Alright, stop there. What we said, 60? Oh, I pressed buy, boy. I'm tripping. we would have got an extra contracts and put sell limit. All right, let that little thing marinate a little bit. We ain't gonna get into multiple positions, but yeah, like we said though, for MYM, just look for that uptrend to stay forming above this high down here, okay? Which we broke it one time when we did our pullback, it failed, but then it came back again. Now we did our pullback and it actually stood. It actually stood. We actually made a higher high. So now we just want to keep riding until what? The downtrend break. I mean the uptrend break. Then we leave it alone. Just leave it on once the uptrend break. So that's it for NYM. Let's go look at gold. My boy Mel brought up gold during the stream. Shout out to Mel. I don't know if you in here, bro. Uh that ain't we literally walked this through with Mel. I don't know if he got it in the trade though, but we was like, hey, I think when we was looking at it, who was that? We was like, I think it was right here at the 9 o'clock counter, somewhere around here. And I told him pretty much, was it a 9 o'clock counter Mail? I don't even know if Mail in here. But I think I told him, I said we wanted to see. No, it had to be. I think it was like, yeah, around here 9, 10 o'clock. I think. No, he wasn't on the 10, so it had to be 9 something. Yeah, it was like right in here. But I told him pretty much we was just looking for loans. I said we eventually looking to come up here to this hourly gap to the upside. Shit, I done lost my train of thought, but it hit the targets. That's all I know. It hit the targets. Dang, I done lost my train of thought. I told y'all it's tired. I'm tired around here. Come on, man. But looking at gold, looking at the daily, let's give our analysis. Looking at gold daily. Of course, we made a higher high right here, so we broke this slight downtrend right there. Let me mark it out so y'all can see. Broke up, broke this downtrend right here. Hold on, let me make sure the stream is okay. Okay, stream good. We broke it, made a higher high. At some point we know we gotta, do a pullback to make a higher low. But right now we got all green candles, so can't really say go short until we get a red candle on the daily. Or if we touch, a gap or something. My bad. Now on this daily, we do got. I don't know why my drawing like that. We do got a fair value gap sitting here. Put this magnet back on. On the daily, we do got a fair value gap. We closed above it. Okay, that's good. We closed above it. So biggest thing we want to see is as long as it can build an uptrend above this daily gap, we can stay bullish. Okay. Come on now. If I turn it off, let it turn off. But we want to see, can we keep this uptrend above this daily gap to eventually take us to the all-time highs again? Okay. Right now, like we said, this candle is today, so it's not done. Yes, it look red right now, but we very well can push right back up and close green. So we ain't really worrying about what it's doing. We really don't. We can care less. But what we want to see, like I said, we don't got no other gaps above. Y'all would have thought this was a gap, but it's not a gap because we don't got a wick on this candle, so we can't count it as a gap. So we don't got no other gaps on the daily above. Let me delete these. So we're just following the lower time frame trend because we got nothing in the way to really, stop us from going up there. Now going on lower time frame, we do got some stuff in the way. We got hourly gap here. We got hourly gap here. We got highs right there. We got a couple things to stop us from going straight up. Looking at the hourly, of course, we in an uptrend right now. Let's mark this out. We got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, up, higher high. Well, it did have higher high and then higher low right here, but then it broke it just now. We just broke it to the downside. So we just made a lower low right now. Now, is it going to actually make a downtrend? or is it going to just push right back up, push right back up, and switch back to the uptrend, making that higher high? We got to see. Right now, it's just a break of structure right now on the hourly. Right here, y'all see we broke that solidified low right here. You literally just did it. It's just break of structure right now. It's the bulls in control, but can they make their trend? You know, if they make their trend, then yeah, it should be going down. First to the gap, then eventually your next target is what? Right here, this previous low. If we switch to a downtrend. Now, uptrend wise, for the bulls, we want to see it push all the way back up here and make a new high. And then start building our higher low, higher low, higher high. Take it to the top of the gap. That's what we're looking for the bulls. Also, you can see it down here too. If we get a green candle high, off of this gap, off this hourly gap. Or it ain't even got to be off the hourly gap. Only way it need to be off the hourly gap if we actually make a downtrend. But if we see high, low, and then we see higher high, we can go ahead and get in now, and then aim for that high right there. If we close past it, then we aim for this high. Okay. Well, this drawing look crazy, but that's what we looking for though. So it really just on gold, just follow whatever the trend is on the hourly. Honestly, they ain't there for any stock any instrument we look at. All right, so I think that's all of our futures. Now, stock wise, first thing first, I gotta go to Walmart. I try to tell y'all, man. I try to tell y'all about Walmart. I said it last week. I said it on Sunday. I said it on Monday. I said y'all Walmart finna shoot up. I said it. You know, I said it. If you listen, you listen. If you didn't, you didn't. You know, if you listen, you listen. You didn't, you didn't. But you know what? It's still a little bit time to still get in. You know, it's still a little bit time to get in. But when we was looking at Walmart Sunday, what did we say, man? What did we say? Start new. Let's remove these 2 days. We said Walmart overall, right? Overall uptrend, right? Overall uptrend. Solidified level down here at $98.68. We said, okay. Let me delete this right now. We said $98.68 is a solidified level. We got a gap right here that we potentially bouncing off of. You see that? We tapped the gap. We made a high. We made a low. Boom, we made a higher high. Hey, this is an uptrend at this point. So we gonna use what? This for our stop loss. And I told y'all we was supposed to slick get in. We supposed to slick got in. Hold up, cause this Madden thing getting on my nerves now. Come on now. We was supposed to get in on Friday. This one is kind of cross, but it literally did at the very end. So who in the world would have known? Literally 2 split seconds it was gonna make a higher high. But we said, hey, this the new, pretty much solidified level within inside this overall trend. So we're using that as our base. That's our low right there. We don't want market go no lower than 11, 11, 12. If it does, it's still intact because this low right here at 11.10 still is the actual pivot point. But we basing it off of 11, 11, 12 as our stop loss. We say, hey, we slick want Walmart to come on down if it can. You know what I'm saying? Come on down on Monday if you can. Get close to that 611 as much as you can. Cause we finna straight by. Take it right back up to 613 area. Potentially, we say even after it takes 613, shoot, we ain't got no gap. I mean, other than this gap right here, it's basically, I mean, not 613, I'm sorry, y'all. 1113. Once it take this gap, we ain't got nothing in the way, bro. Pretty much, to go all the way up. So I don't know why I ain't marked that gap, but I knew I had 1113 in my head, but I don't know why I ain't marked that gap right there. We slacking. But yeah, we was like, bro, we ain't got nothing in the way, so we should just be able to just go straight up. And then that what happened. Look at this. Monday, pull back. We ain't get all the way to the close to 11, 12 like I wanted to, but we did get close enough. So we grabbed them Walmart loan. Did cost a pretty penny. Walmart stock was playing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They were playing a little bit. Y'all know I don't usually buy no stocks and stuff on Monday or Tuesday. But Hey, it's been a little 5, 6. Shoot, you hold one day. We ain't even getting nowhere near the targets. Hold one day. $200 just like that. $300 just like that. Shoot, by the time I get up here, you up about seven, probably up 1,000. Bump to 200, 300. You probably up about 1,000 too. You know what I'm saying? They probably be 1,000. It might be 2,000. You never know. But we was telling y'all, Walmart definitely look like it's getting ready to shoot up. I said to 14s at least. Um, very well can see it potentially going up to the 16s. What we need to see if we want to see it go to 16 though, since I just marked this gap just now, I don't know how the heck I ain't marked it before. Um, all we want to see is an uptrend form above this gap. Once the uptrend form above this gap, we should be pretty much in the clear to go straight up there. If it don't just straight go up there instantly. Because we very well can see just straight green, 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 green until we get to 116. But if we do get a red candle, we want to see this retest, potentially the retest. Or even if it don't give us a retest, we want to see a pullback. Then we want to see a higher high. Take them along straight up to 116. Okay, potentially up to 117 for the all-time highs. Okay, so you still got a chance to get in Walmart, especially if we get a red candle. You can get that pullback. Still got a chance. It ain't too far gone. Okay, CrowdStrike. Well, we told y'all about CrowdStrike too. Well, then we told y'all about CrowdStrike too, man. We said, man, we ain't touching them dang loans above here unless it build base. What ended up happening? It came right back down on them folks. Came right back down on everybody. After pushing all the way up $10, it came right back down and closed red on Monday. But now it did catch the people who wanted to go short too. It caught the folks who wanted to go short. That's why we gotta stick to our plan, stick to our strategy. Cause what did we say? We want to take whichever direction it actually builds the base to, right? So high, 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 low. Next higher high, go ahead and get in them loan. Same thing for the downside. We want to see break to the downside, pull back, lower low, right? What happened? Some people kind of got in too anxious. They got in soon and broke the gap. You know what I'm saying? Soon it broke the day of the gap, they jumped in. What it did, it came down, went right back into the gap. So it faked you out. It faked you out. You gotta kind of wait. That's why I tell you I don't like trading inside the fair value gap. I like to wait till it break out past these gaps. You know, cause you can get faked out, man. Look, you can get faked out. It can go to one target and go right back inside. So we want to see market actually close one direction or the other. Let me move this hourly because it's hourly. These hourly counters getting on my nerves. I mean hourly gaps. All right, but yeah. So pretty much with CrowdStrike, we still looking for the same thing, man. We just waiting on this daily gap to get broken. Honestly, it's just ping ponging inside the gap. This is a nice gap though, cause it's what from 54 all the way up to 62. So it's about $8 swing. You know, it's nice. It's nice movement to get you some trades in. But for them continuation trades to actually get them big $10, $20 movements, we got to get a close past either one of these directions. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get off a replay. My bad. But we got to close past either one of these directions. Okay. So not until we get a close pass, I'm not really too strong on these trades. Like I said, we can go down to a lower time frame and trade with inside it. Of course, we can do that. Like if it's making an uptrend when it's down here, we can take it to the top. Making downtrend when it's down here, we take it back down. Okay. But we really want that break, these breaks to stay out. Like broke here, retest fail. Broke here, retest fail. Broke here, retest fail. We wait on the actual retest to work. You know, we want that break, make that uptrend. We want that break, make that downtrend. We need a retest to actually work. All right. We want to go over Nvidia. Oh, Tesla. We got to go over Tesla. We talked about Tesla too. Now I was gonna jump back in these Tesla shorts again. When I looked at them contracts on Monday, I said no. I said I ain't touching this Tesla, man. He contract, bro. We out the money. Tesla talking about $700. I said, boy, y'all tripping. Why I ain't spend that much on no. I already told you I'm cheap when it comes to these contracts. I like to spend maybe 200 to make me 800-900. You know, I like to do like that. I mean, of course, we got some people in here that like to spend 2-3 thousand to make $800. That ain't me. I like to spend 200 to make 800. But so I usually don't buy till towards the end of the week. But hey, everybody got their own things. You know, everybody got their own thing. But looking at Tesla, man, Tesla had a crazy dump. Man, it's just ridiculous. Um, honestly, today if you wanted Tesla, it did close green back above the gap. But you was like, hey, we dropped. This might can be the new lower high. You know, biggest thing we need to see is what a downtrend start forming inside this gap. We could at least get one red candle. But I ain't think it was gonna make a lower low too. I thought we'd get inside here and make a downtrend and just close red in here. You know, try to try to trick people like, oh, is it gonna go down or is it gonna go up? Nah, Tesla went straight and said, nah, we going down. Bump, we going down. Tesla gave his hand instantly. It ain't even play around with you. He said, no, we going down. So Tesla definitely dropped. I am expecting Tesla to come down to 426. Um, it's a rare chance that, you know what I'm saying, we close green and close back inside this gap tomorrow. But I'm kind of thinking we're going to come to 426, to be honest. Biggest thing you want to look for, though, if you want to get any shorts, you want to see if we do pull back to this gap, you want to see that downtrend form, okay? So, honestly, Tesla, I'm only looking for shorts, to be honest. I mean, if it closed green in here, good, well, oh well, I don't care. I'm only looking for the short. So we pull back to here. This is what I want. If we come back up to this gap, I want this to happen. Make this downtrend. So I can aim for this low first and then aim for 427. Let me make sure there ain't no other hourly lows. Yeah, we do got hourly low sitting here. So that might be your target. Got hourly low here. I think the other low was lower than this. So might delete this one. Let's see. Got hourly low there. And then we do got a gap sitting here in between the two. Yeah, that other low was lower, so we can delete this one. So we got this one, and then we got like a gap sitting in here too. So, but yeah, that'll be the targets. You know, you basically just aim for the first target. You be good enough at 428, especially if you got in like at 430s, like 433 down to 428. That's a nice move on Tesla. All right. Do I want to go? I don't be trading Nvidia for real, y'all. I trade Nvidia sometimes, not all the time. We ain't got no real earnings this week. Oh, one of them I did look at earlier this week, y'all, was Coinbase. Man, I was trying to get in Coinbase loans because when I seen Bitcoin going crazy over the weekend, I said, man, Coinbase finna shoot up next week. Man, I couldn't even touch it. Look at that mud. Man. That mud. It did pull back today, okay. It pulled back today, but look at this big old bruh. What that? 25, 225 all the way up to 258. Crazy. Coinbase went crazy. Hold up. Oh snap. Oh snap. I'm glad we just go to this chart, y'all. Look. We might be setting up for something crazy. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Y'all see what I see? Let me mark this out. Let me mark this out. We got low, high, lower low, higher high. We making some type of low right now. Is it gonna be a higher low to make this uptrend? Then we can take it up to 284. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm gonna set alerts. No, remove these drawings. Come on. We gonna set alert. Hold up. Hold up. Coinbase may be the hold up. So I need a green counter. Okay, so I need a green counter. So we got don't. I just need green counter cross number 1. Stop loss at number 2. Well, I'm aiming all the way up there. We aiming up there. Well, of course we got a gap there, but I'm aiming all the way up there. Dang. Coinbase might be slick in, trying to get ready to go up to 284. Mark out all these gaps because these gonna slow us down, but it don't mean we ain't gonna get up there eventually. Dang, hold up. Let's see. If we can get a green count, I'm gonna wait till we finally get a green count. Then I gotta know when we break this high. Okay. I'm gonna set alert there, but it don't matter. If we break the high and still be red, it don't matter. We gotta have a green count to break that high. Okay. Hold up though. Coinbase might be, I don't know. Coinbase might be getting ready to go on reverse. Let me look. Cause last solidified level down here. Y'all hold up. Might get some push on these bitcoins and stuff. This is a gap. Write that out. It's bouncing off the gap. Hold up. Make sure that I got that gap marked right. We bouncing off the gap. Got the gap. Let's see. Oh, snap. Break. It may not get us retest, but if we make an uptrend, yeah, I'm thinking we finna come up to 284. We made this uptrend, bro. We probably going to 284. But alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Your boy Keith is out. Peace.